And that's when I realised you aren't allowed to do drugs at the Sidemen charity football match. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, you horny hermaphrodites. Welcome back to another holistic episode of Radio Rufus. That's right, I did try and do a little bit of BTH at the Sidemen. It was actually the Wembley Cup. The one with no spectators. It was just me. Yeah, it was the empty Wembley. Daniel Cutting missing absolutely everything.
What age would you have been then?
Also, who the fuck is Daniel Cutting?
Is he the bald fella that just happened to be good at skills?
He has like a legendary lowlights compilation of like Daniel Cutting worst moments. Sidemen charity football match. Yeah. But I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him since or before.
Was that the one sponsored by EE?
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that so vividly.
I remember it so well because I was 13, so I was loving it. Yeah,
I'd have been like 15, 16 then.
Yeah. But there's no audience. At the first Wembley Cup.
What game was the first one that had an audience?
The second Wembley Cup, right?
The second Wembley Cup had an audience?
The first Sidemen charity match.
Yeah.
One of those.
The prime days were the hashtag Academy videos. Did you ever watch those?
I've never watched them. Like, I know everybody loves Faisal Manji. I've literally never heard of the chat.
I thought you were cultured.
No.
You weren't watching him, no?
People talk about it like he's like prime Ronaldinho, but I know he's a bang average footballer.
He was good at that standard. He was good for what it was. Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, I would say compared to me, my mum is good at being a woman, I think is the sort of analogy we're going with.
You're not bad at it, though. You clean up nice.
On the weekend. Yeah. I would look good in drag.
Remember we were going to do that at one stage when they charged us like fucking 200 quid?
Yeah, we did have an idea to do drag on the show.
Yeah.
And it got vetoed by the studio and it was going to cost 200 quid.
Yeah.
So we sort of said no.
Maybe next week. Surely there's someone watching that's local to this area it'll remain undisclosed, the location, but that might be good at makeup that would just do it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Surely there's someone.
I think it got vetoed because it was going to be insensitive.
I don't get it though, because like, it's not as if there's nothing homophobic about it.
No, it's appreciative.
Yeah, that wasn't our intentions.
No. It was homosexual.
Yeah.
Anything.
I think maybe the fact that we treated it as a forfeit, people were like, how come that's a forfeit?
Oh, it's definitely a forfeit.
Yeah. It was over some game. It might have been who can name the biggest number.
Yeah. Classic game.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a quick round?
Can I go first this time?
Yeah.
I always go first.
Yeah.
17,998.
Oh, by the way, if you lose, you have to finger your own arse on a TikTok live.
Can I get like Luke Bennett to do it?
No.
Fuck's sake.
It's on his account, but it's you doing it.
Have you just got the login ready to go?
Yeah, I'll go for 1 billion and I'll take the win. Unlucky.
I wish I knew the forfeit before I named the number because I might have stretched to like 18,000.
Yeah, there's been a bit of reformatting where we tell you the forfeit after you've already lost. Anyway, we are back as we always are. The latest and greatest news, sports, games from around the world. And it's the first time, I think, that you've done some waffle before your traditional first line. Aidan, if you'd like to say hello to the people in your best Chinese accent.
Hello.
Wow, okay.
I can't put the R's and those L's because they'll just get deleted.
No, I didn't know that. Didn't know which bit of Northern Ireland China is in, but there we go. You're from Beijing, Derry, yeah? That's my producer, Aidan. I am Rufus Rice. I'm the main guy, really. I'm the guy you have to worry about. My name's on the poster. He's just here. I can't get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm part of the furniture now.
He lives here, actually. I just turn on the lights and he wakes up.
I've got a pillow under this desk.
Yeah. It's like a homeless guy in a sort of shop window. Not in the window. That's the mannequin. In the doorway.
Underneath the shutters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a guy actually doing heroin in broad daylight outside of Sainsbury's in Exeter once.
Nice one. Where was he injecting?
Oh. Not the penis, probably.
Not the penis.
But I think it works like you just run out of veins, right?
Yeah. True.
And eventually,
And
it is literally trying to find a needle in a haystack, like using an unclogged one.
The penis is naturally pretty veiny, so
An ideal location.
yeah.
I'd be worried about it though, because I think all the damage would go straight to my penis first, and I want that to last for as long as possible. Like, you could lose an arm.
Yeah, very easy. Whenever I worked in Tesco, the people out the back used to always inject into their ass, which I don't know the benefit of it. Maybe they've just lost all the other veins, but you go out and there's this woman who had crawled off her wheelchair.
Right.
And she was like, her fucking tracksuit bottoms halfway down her knees.
Wow, okay.
And just injecting right in there.
I think you need, like, one of those mirrors they have at the barbers to look at the back.
You've got someone like...
How does that look? Is that right? And you always say yes.
Yeah,
You always want the heroin.
even if you've got absolutely shafted by your barber.
The thing is, with that thing at the barbers, I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, it always looks the same every time because they've
Yeah.
just cut my hair.
You only know whenever someone comments on a video or something being like, oh, what does Aidan's barber do for a living? Or you get one of those.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, I thought it was good.
Yeah. You thought it was a barber. Turns out it's a kebab. You should have known when they were slicing bits off you down the side like that.
I saw a homeless person outside Potty Power the other day, and I was thinking, that's fucking genius. Because no one's going into Potty Power without a few quid in their pocket.
Right.
And they can't argue. They're like, oh, well, it's not as if it's for a necessity.
Captive audience.
Yeah, so they're guilt tripping them.
It's like asking a vicar to use his phone charger. What's he going to do? Say no? That's just not very Christian of him.
Yeah. I can't imagine a vicar having a phone.
Nah, how do you think they contact the kids?
There's
They're all on
There's
Snapchat.
some sort of mating call.
Right. They're all on
And
Christian
also,
Mingle.
they target the Christian Mingle. It's the altar boys after the mass, though. I don't think they're meeting up. There's no extracurricular.
My lack of what would it be called? It's not ball knowledge. It's like my lack of wine knowledge.
Mass
it's not really
knowledge.
that is it?
Mass knowledge.
Yeah, mass knowledge.
Yeah. But they'll keep them behind after.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're meant to pay the altar boys, but I think they just shag them instead.
Well, otherwise it'd be prostitution. That's unethical.
True.
So you can't do that. Before we get into this one, make sure you rate us on your audio platform of choice, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you're listening to it down a string with a tin can inside solitary confinement in the high security prison in which you live.
Maybe on the Reich radio.
Yeah, on the Reich radio. Maybe you're listening to it through a Morse code machine at the top of K2 after an unsuccessful climbing attempt has left you stranded and, you know, with the last vestiges of your life slowly dripping away, and the last thing you choose to do is listen to this great show. And if that is you, unlucky. Anyway, I think Bonnie Blue is going to do more damage to Everton Football Club than the actual Football Association has done. Who is Everton's shirt sponsor?
Steak.
Yes, the dodgy Australian gambling company. Didn't know that, but I had to Google it. Stake. So they put out an advert featuring Bonnie Blue standing outside first year halls at Nottingham Uni.
Yeah.
And she's basically saying, I think it was a darts gambling promotion, because she said in the video, I'm gonna sleep with 180 barely legal 18-year-olds. I'm not even joking. That's what it was.
Fucking hell.
And that caused the Gambling Commission, who regulate this stuff, who are basically like school prefects who have grown up with like walking around handing out detention. So they launched an investigation into Stake because of this.
Yeah.
Because that is basically marketing to a vulnerable audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Because 18-year-olds love the idea of shagging basically a woman who is at this point merely a human masturbatory aid.
Yeah, just a vessel.
Yes, exactly. I'm just shagging that and sort of wasting their student loan on sports betting. So because of this investigation, Stake are going to leave the country entirely.
Okay.
So they're pulling out of the GB market.
So does that mean that Everton's going to be without a shirt sponsor?
Well, I don't know, but it's probably not good news.
That's going to cost them like 10 million probably.
Yeah, and they're building a new stadium.
Imagine being David Moyes sat in a fucking boardroom in the summer and they're like, we don't know how to tell you this, but you've got no transfer budget.
Yeah.
And it's because of some fucking OnlyFans bitch.
Yeah, you got to sell that centre-back with the Polish name, him.
Yeah. Sell all of them.
All of them.
Turkowski, you're thinking of?
Tarkowski.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Bonnie Blues put us under.
Whenever you first asked me about the shirt sponsor, I immediately went back to Chang. Do you remember Chang used to sponsor them?
Chang Beer.
Yeah, which was
A taste of Asia.
I'm pretty sure is also a slang name for Coke in certain circles.
So you could get a Chang and Chang, and that's a nice little combo.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah.
Chang the elephant would have been fucking fuming. Do you remember him? Their old mascot.
This was not. I did not watch this football era.
2010 probably.
Nah.
You don't even watch the modern one, do you?
No, not really. I've watched like Barcelona come back against PSG highlights. That's like my football. Yeah,
tearing up at it.
Or like 2011 Champions League final, Inter Milan scoring 2 goals. That guy scored 2 goals.
Diego Milito.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself watching like beautiful football respect moments and tearing up?
No.
Never.
Well, I think football's idea of respect, we've been over this, is just a really low bar.
Yeah. But it says football respect moments, but it's really someone like stopping someone from choking on their tongue.
Yeah.
Like that sort of highlights.
Football first aid highlights. Yeah. A&E highlights. Yeah. So basically, she might have done more to relegate Everton Football Club than the points deduction. remains to be seen.
I reckon if they do lose the shirt sponsor, they'd be that desperate that they just accept her sponsoring the shirt for the rest of the season.
Everton Football Club is brought to you by Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, just across the tits.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty on brand. Her name's Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
What's her real name again? Tia something?
Tia Billinger.
That's such a shit name. I can see why she changed it up.
I think that's a nice name.
For porn, though. Bonnie Blue is a good porn star name.
What's your porn star name?
The Irish Hurricane.
Oh, I didn't realize. You don't have to do it like a darts player. You don't have to like make up a. You can just put an actual name.
I just did. You already have a porn star name, which I've always been jealous of.
You think my name's a porn star name?
Yeah, Rufus Rice is 100% a porn star name.
Yeah. People think it's a stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does sound like it.
Get ID checks everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Thing is, Bonnie Blue clearly doesn't give a shit about this at all. Because while this whole thing is going on, and she might have cost them their new stadium, or whatever, she released some press photos parading around. She's bought a brand new, custom, $500,000 Ferrari. And if you want to bring that up, these press pics, I've never seen anything like this. She's redefining the medium of PR stunt. She really is. Yeah, there we go.
This
is her with the Ferrari. First thing I thought when I saw this was I thought she'd signed to drive alongside Lewis Hamilton this year. Like it does look like a driver announcement. And this is a brand new pose.
Yeah.
For the listener, she's sort of spread-eagled in the front of a car with her hand covering where her vagina would be if it didn't look like Baghdad after the Taliban retook it these days.
But more context, she's also wearing jeans.
She is also wearing jeans. That's an important motive. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see she's actually got custom stitching in the headlamp of this bad boy. Okay.
Another article.
So if you look down, you see on the headrest here, she's got custom stitching.
Yeah.
And Ferrari are dicks about this sort of stuff. Usually they're just like, here's the car.
Yeah.
Take it, drive it. That was a good Italian accent.
It sounded like a mob boss in New York City, kind of.
Here's a car. Take it, drive it.
I would say the main reason for this is just so people don't try and claim that she's renting it. Because people always pull those kind of stunts.
You know the Bonnie Blue is moneyed up.
Yeah, 100%.
It's always ridiculous that when people say stuff like that, because you think she's doing this for less money than it takes to buy a Ferrari? There's no way. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But now she has her car. Surely this just ruins the reputation of this car company as well. So she's demolished a football club. She's brought down one of the most beloved car manufacturers in all of automotive history.
You're going to have to sell your Everton and your Ferrari stocks. Before the
Can you buy stocks in Everton Football Club?
I would say so, yeah.
I think it's better just to wipe your arse with money, isn't it? Surely not.
I highly doubt as well that Ferrari would have went anywhere near that. She's had to take that to some fucking random mechanic and be like, here's a Sharpie, boss.
Yeah. Get that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she's got my grand to knit it. I don't know. But yeah, she's carefree. She's living life. She's loving life. And she actually has shared what her next stunt is.
What's
after
that?
the 1057. In the sort of, the mentally ill arms race that is sort of the OnlyFans PR stunt war.
Yeah.
She's done Freshers Week.
Mm-hmm.
She's done Schoolies, which is Australian Freshers Week.
Yeah.
Now she's going for spring break. She's going to crack the States, baby.
Surprising she hasn't already done that.
Wow.
That seems like something she would have been all over, but it's good to see she's
it's time
breaking
for the big
America.
time. She's going Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whenever the Spice Girls took America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Beatlemania all over again. Except this time it's men pissing themselves. Yeah.
What is there a lower age of consent in the city that she's going to? Because I know in some states in America there is.
No, not in. She's going to Florida, I think.
Right. Okay.
It's higher. And I know that because Cody Ko got done for noncing Tana Mojo when she was 17, which in this country would be legal.
Yeah, but not over there.
No.
I was going to ask because I was about to say I wouldn't be surprised if her next stunt was to find the country with the fucking lowest age of consent.
I bet you can guess where it is.
Is it Afghanistan?
No.
Syria?
No. You're thinking of down the wrong lines.
China?
Think about your beliefs and how you grew up.
I don't know.
It's the Vatican City.
What age is it there?
12.
12 years old.
12. I promise you it's 12.
Is there any coincidence that that's where the fucking Pope's hanging around and the age of consent's 12?
It's like the bird and the egg. Did the age of consent come first and that made all the nonces, or did the nonces make the rules? I don't know.
I don't think you should be able to have fucking pedophiles dictating the age of consent. It seems a bit dodgy. What if we bring it down? What are you thinking? 16? 12?
That is like having terrorists do the gun laws. It's like, well, I think we should just have them.
Yeah.
You have to have one, actually.
Yeah. Just hear Al Qaeda out. We've got some good ideas. We're a modern company.
Yeah. That's like me, like, building a statue of myself. So, I'm going to build a statue to honour me, by me, Rufus Rice. Yeah.
Only you are allowed near it.
Yeah. Next up, I'll be at spring break, where I'll be paying the tuition of the boy who gives me the best orgasm and the one with the smallest penis. So she's making two teenage boys' dreams come true and paying off their college fund.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You want all the publicity you can get if you're the one that gives her the best orgasm.
Yeah.
But you don't want there to be a fucking article about how you got your tuition paid for you if you've got the smallest cock.
Do you think she says who's who?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It would be funny if she released both the names, but didn't specify who got what.
Yeah. It's the ultimate 50-50.
Yeah.
It's red or black. Yeah. She said sex is about having fun. And that's one of the few things she said that I sort of agree. It doesn't feel like this is fun anymore. This feels like business now.
I don't think... I don't believe that she could be enjoying it, especially after over 1,000.
Yeah.
Like at that stage, it's just... Would she even feel anything?
Yeah, like you have to shag the ugly birds to enjoy the good ones.
Yeah, good point.
If you're just getting ploughed all the time.
Just to realise what you're actually missing.
Well, you lose out on it. So, sex is about having fun, and I can't wait to keep giving pleasure to sons and their dads by relieving them of their fluids and their financial stresses.
So she's going to... Whenever she says sons and dads, is she doing something with dads as well where she's going to pay for them?
I don't know. I think she said that for no reason.
Yeah. It wouldn't be unlike her.
I saw a thing similar to this when I got booked for a rugby club gig once, and I was not aware that this was going to happen beforehand.
Yeah.
But our dinner got served to us by naked strippers. And I saw one guy, his dad was the coach, and it's got to be upsetting over your dinner to see your own dad fondling a stripper.
Yeah, that would kind of shatter your illusion of what your dad is, wouldn't it?
Well, I see my dad as a role model, and I feel like that guy is having a tough time with that.
Especially in public view.
Especially once he gets in the hot tub.
Would you rather, though, see your dad do it at the table?
Yeah.
Or see him sneaking off to a booth and you don't know what's going on behind there, but you have the idea?
Well, I think, like, I'd just pray and hope that they're, playing Scrabble. Yahtzee, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having a conversation.
At least there's a chance they're Yahtzeeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to our next story now. And from one football club to another, as we move over to the top flight of the hummus football pyramid. It's the Saudi Pro League. Footballer and former greengrocer Cristiano Ronaldo will not play in the first leg of the AFC Champions League round of 16 match against Iranian club Testicle.
Spot on.
Yeah, because he could face the punishment of 99 lashes for adultery. We're calling it the AFC Champions League. Like, big emphasis on the AFC.
Yeah. It's like the Copa Libertadores, I believe you call it. Is it the Brazilian one?
Yeah.
Which is just the standard so shit.
Is it?
I imagine this one's even worse.
Calling it the AFC Champions League is like being the best student in bottom set maths.
Doesn't really say a lot, does it?
No, like, I guess you won.
Yeah.
But there's levels to the game.
This is a question that I've asked my friends before. Would you rather be the dumbest person in the highest class or the smartest person in the lowest class?
Big fish, small pond.
Yeah,
activity.
I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking I'm a king amongst these gimps.
Right. It all goes back to shortest normal person or tallest dwarf, I think.
That old classic.
See, I think I'm the only person in the world who takes shortest normal person there.
Why?
Because I don't have the funny legs.
You still will have. Yeah. You'll be in proportion, is what you're thinking.
I don't have the condition. I'm just short. But you were like, I want to be a king amongst the dwarves.
Yeah, but just think about it. I'm the king of the dwarfs. You're the shortest normal person. And there's probably the same difference between our height right now. Do you know what I mean? How does that feel, knowing that this fucking dwarf is not far off you?
Oh, do you think the tallest dwarf is taller than the shortest normal person?
No, that's impossible.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
But surely there's only like an inch in it.
Right.
So would it not be pretty disheartening?
I'm still taller.
Yeah, but even though you've got normal legs,
yeah,
surely that's still hard to take, that I'm standing beside you and people couldn't notice the difference in our height. They notice the difference in our legs.
Yeah, but the other option is I just have dwarfism.
I don't know, I'm being king in my community.
I'm not being given a good option here.
Yeah. Well, you're the bottom of your food chain, I'm the top of mine.
I'm still above you, though.
I don't know, I've got people riding for me, like. I could have an army.
Yeah, but you don't, though, because that's not how it works.
Surely there is a king amongst them.
Tyrion Lannister.
Nah, he couldn't be the king. I'd be a taller dwarf than him.
Right. Okay.
What was he? He was the Lord of Tits and Wine, which is probably the best fucking name of all time. What would you be the Lord of?
Prejudice. Classism. Snobbery. Yeah.
The Lord of Prejudice and Vapes.
Yeah. Prejudice and vapes. My two favourite things. Anyway, Cristiano Ronaldo. So in 2023, after a tie against fellow Iranians Persepolis, Cristiano Ronaldo was filmed giving a hug and a kiss on the forehead to Fatemeh Hamimi Nasrabadi, who's an artist who suffers from a disability and paints with her feet. So an upstanding member of the community, an inspiration, an icon, and he gave her a hug and a kiss. However, according to Iranian law, that's not his wife, so that's adultery.
Okay.
And that is haram.
Yeah.
So the punishment for that normally is being whipped 99 times.
If I was an avid gimp, I'd be in the first flight to Iran. You'd know the amount of lashes every single like petty crime.
How much gimpiness do you have to do to be avid?
At least
once a week?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Yeah.
That's when you do it with men one week and women the other, right?
I'd be thinking like...
I'm bi-weekly.
I'd be standing in front of the police about to litter thinking like, how many lashes is this going to get me?
Oh, right. I hope I don't get in trouble. That sort of business.
Yeah, they'd hate to see me coming at the whipping post. I'd never be away from it.
Yeah.
It is strange though that this is the hill Iran's going to die on with some of their other fucking human rights violations and issues.
I think if they whipped Ronaldo, it would be a PR problem. I think some people would be upset about that. Maybe not Ronaldo. I don't know what he's into.
Yeah. We can add it to the list of countries he's not allowed into.
What's the other one?
America. Although they have a slightly better reason for, well,
that was for his
reason.
actual criminal. That's what I find crazy about this, is he 100% has cheated on his wife before with like Brazilian swimsuit models and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of allegations around that. But that's not what he's being done for here.
Yeah.
It's because he hugged a woman.
Yeah.
He hugged an artist.
Yeah, the US have a slightly better alleged reason than fucking Iran do.
Yeah. So Al Nasser basically were like, well, we need our man on the pitch. We paid £500 million for him or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's play at a neutral ground. And the Testicle said, no, actually.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Get rid of their best players. Genius.
Yeah. So he's just not going to play.
Have you seen the shit in the MLS where a certain team, can't remember what one it was, but they were basically meant to be playing Inter Miami and they completely sold out all their tickets, but then it was announced that Messi was injured and they've had to like refund tickets and stuff and like apologize to their fans because obviously everyone was just going to see Messi.
Right.
Can you imagine that happening in the Premier League? Like United putting out a statement being like, sorry, Salah's not playing against us today.
Oh, against you?
Yeah, against them.
Right, so their own fans, sort of, are coming to see Messi.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they're having to apologise for it because he pulled his hamstring or something. I don't know what the reason was for him missing it, but...
Right.
It's a bit mental, isn't it?
That's like when I went to see the 1975. And I was sort of just hate watching it. I was kind of enjoying it. Yeah. That was Goth City, bro.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Do you swing that way?
Goth?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Occasionally.
You think I'm a goth guy?
I think you could be.
No, come on, bro.
Never?
I'm terrified by goths.
Yeah.
They got those big, clumpy black boots on that looks like it could crush my skull with...
You telling me after a few fucking vodka sodas, you're not getting into that?
I'm not going to say I've never done that.
Yeah. I fucking know you haven't.
I don't know, goths terrify me, man. I don't know how they can be bothered to put on all this stuff every day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And also going out of the way to make themselves look sick.
Yes, they all look anemic.
Yeah.
Or like they're struggling with some kind of undiagnosed.
Yeah. I hate though there's fair weather goths that haven't actually been through the trouble. Do you know what I mean?
You only support the team when we're winning.
Yeah. I think you need some of the trauma to play. I don't think you can just show up and dye your hair black and put on some, what the fuck do you even call the shit? Foundation?
That's why I bought a Lana Del Rey magazine, so when I bring girls back to the pad, it doesn't look like I'm lying.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends in uni, he was talking about how, he wasn't really getting women and stuff like that. Then I went into his bedroom, and not only did he have a Crash Bandicoot poster up, but he also had an encyclopedia on why men earn more at the side of his table. And I was thinking, fucking hell. It doesn't take a genius to tell you why.
Yeah, the answers write themselves, I think, a little bit. Yeah.
Right, so I've got a list of offences here, and I'm going to ask you how many lashes you think each of them deserve.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to do it rapid fire, then if you want to explain after, you can. Making an Instagram account for your pet.
Not a crime. Naught. Trick question.
How so?
Because that's
It doesn't have to be a crime, it's just how many lashes you think.
I think.
Yeah,
okay. I thought we were going on the Iranian law.
No.
I thought you wanted me to guess how many you get.
Nah, how many you think, how many whips these people deserve.
Okay.
Having an Instagram account for your pet.
Okay, well, I think a person should get 10, but give the dog one as well.
Having a ham sandwich in a meal deal.
No lashes, but just pop them in a home.
Using an iPod as an adult.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. 100 lashes, and I crack their iPad in half.
Wearing sunglasses indoors.
You get to give out 10 lashes to other people.
Just because you're guilty of this crime?
I do that all the time.
Shadowboxing at the gym.
It's okay as long as you don't make the noise.
Yeah, what is with that? I've never heard someone shadow box and they didn't do.
Biggest ick in the world. I saw this girl in the gym just kickboxing. She was kicking the shit out of this bag. Like, all around, it's just like, calm
Yeah,
down.
chill out.
I'm trying to run on the treadmill here. And she's like, ah. She was getting it out.
Yeah. It's not as if the fucking punching bag's going to hit back.
No, you never know though.
Being a moderator on Twitch or Reddit.
I think that's punishment enough in itself. I think the loneliness. You don't need lashes. You've got loneliness.
Yeah, they have enough against them.
Yep.
Recording yourself running.
Oh, death.
The death penalty.
Death by lashes. So as many as it takes.
How many lashes is it going to take us to fucking execute Proddy Siege, you reckon?
I don't know.
You take a few hundred anyway.
We got belts on us.
Yeah, we'll test that out.
He's in the studios around.
Playing TikToks out loud on the train.
Oh, a guy did that today.
Yeah.
Sat next to me, but he had Tourette's, so I felt kind of bad.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, it's not really relevant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he didn't have great sort of fine motor skills
Yeah.
in order to turn it down, but it was pissing me off, I'll be honest. This guy was doing it on the tube. How do you even get any signal down? Like, that's actually impressive how he
Yeah.
managed to figure that out.
On my overground today, there was two women sat like opposite me,
Yeah.
both having the loudest conversations on their phone. And then after one of them hung up, she went and sat beside her and started talking to her.
Oh, so,
So they were together,
Yeah.
but just sat at opposite sides of the carriage, shouting down their phone to other people, which is antisocial and fucking cheeky. The
I
next
feel
one,
like it's going to be a bit racial if I give out any punishment, so I'm going to err on the side of caution and only give him 5.
right? Okay, yeah, smart move. Paying for your TV license.
Get your parents to do it. Next one.
The last one is asking a woman where your hug's at.
I think you have to give them enough so they don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah,
So it's got to be 25. I think. And that's the lash game.
yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, let's move on now. And a Colombian man has been caught trying to smuggle 220 grams of cocaine into the Netherlands under a wig as part of a crime scheme that experts have described as hair-raising.
Nice one.
The harebrained effort was thwarted by police at Rafael Núñez International Airport. I don't know why they name airports after Wolves players, but there we go.
Was there a footballer called him?
I don't know. It sounds like it,
It
though.
does sound like a Portuguese Wolves
Yeah.
player.
So police footage shows the wig being cut off the man's head to reveal 19 capsules of cocaine, together worth £8,000 on the streets of Oxford.
Fuck me.
$8,000 in a wig.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get that though. Well, they scanned him and then they were like, "There's a load of shit in there."
I would say chances are the wig looked that unconvincing that they were just able to tell a mile away.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for doing frosted tips on a Colombian man. But yeah, let's have a watch of him chopping that stuff off.
Do you reckon they take advantage of bald men with this trade-off? They're like, you do a bit of smuggling for us, we give you hair.
Well, Pitbull's on a world tour. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. At least now we know if Theo Baker cancels on us next week, we know why. Doing a bit of smuggling for Colombia.
Little trip to Bogota. Yeah. That's why he's been going to Turkey all those times. He's coming back smuggling drugs in. Oh, look, there we go. I'm always worried that they're going to chop his head off somehow when they get the scissors that close.
There's going to be a bit of brain somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't look unconvincing.
No, it's actually a pretty good wig, I have to say.
The coke looks less convincing.
It doesn't even look like coke.
No.
It looks like he's smuggled in 18 of those small candles that women love.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what it looks like.
18 of those fucking shit bars of soap they give you in hotels.
Yes, and they're tiny and round, and they disintegrate in about 2 minutes. Yeah.
Everyone's mum does that in hotels. They smuggle fucking everything out of it. All the
it's like,
small
why? I don't want
shampoo
any of this
bottles,
shit.
and they just sat on their unit and are in the bathroom for 10 years.
That's so true. I've never understood people stealing stuff from hotels. Like, why would you want 3 capsules of long life milk and 2 of the worst biscuits you've ever had? Like, why would you want that?
2 fucking steel biscuits.
Yeah, it's the hardest biscuit.
Yeah, and 7 mil of shampoo. Like, what the fuck's that going to wash?
Enough shampoo to wash a pube. Literally.
It would have that single pube shining, but you're not washing
And
anything
it's
else.
always going to burst in your luggage on the way home.
Yeah.
There's no way. Why do you steal from hotels?
I don't get it. It's so fucking weird.
It's funny when you like rent an Airbnb, you leave it pristine.
Yeah.
Like, I left this in better condition than I found it. But hotels, oh, mate, fuck that. I'll nick the TV if I have to.
Yeah. The past 2 Airbnbs I've stayed in, the past one there in Edinburgh, I ripped half the wallpaper off. The one before that, I puked all over the floor. But somehow I haven't been banned from the website yet. And I haven't even had like a bad... I was thinking I was getting a message or a complaint about it or a fine, but they haven't noticed.
I once had a romantic weekend getaway.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
I really enjoyed it, by the way.
You're welcome. I requested that cuck chair specifically. And I preempted it by actually going out, buying new bed sheets and putting them on. Because I knew there were going to be problems. So thank you to that old white man and Asian lady who rented us that Airbnb. That was fantastic. We had a great weekend. Anyway, I actually have a cocaine story of myself.
Yeah?
When I got offered it in Lisbon by a Colombian guy.
Right.
He comes up to me in a bar, and I did not think anything of this. And he was like, "Hola, hombre." I was like, how's it going, man? You watching the football? The Champions League was on. And
was it the AFC Champions League?
No, the real Champions League. It was Leverkusen were playing against last minute winner. They were playing against Karabag FC.
Right.
Yeah. And he was like, "Hola, hombre." I was like, "How's it going, mate? You all right?" And he goes, "How you doing? You're here in Lisbon, yeah?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I'm here. We're
What the
both,
fuck do you mean?
We're both in Lisbon." He's like, "I'm from Colombia, bro." I was like, but I just thought like, "Oh, he's a nice guy from Colombia." He's like, "Oh, cool. How you doing?" He's like, I was like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "I'm doing business, bro." I was like, "Okay, right. Well, this guy's got a work ethic. Seems like an upstanding gentleman. He's got a nice jacket on.
Yeah.
International businessman. I respect that." And then he's like, I was like, "Well, what business are you in?" He's like, "The coca." And he did say it like that.
Selling hot chocolate? That's fucking mental. Fair play to him.
The coca. I was like, "Oh shit, you work for Cadbury's, nice." He was like, "Oh, the cocaine."
Did he really say it like cocaine?
No, I promise you.
That is class.
He was like,
"You live one of my dreams there."
He's like, "You want some? You want some business, yeah? The cocaine."
Did he at any point refer to it as like the purest or the pure or anything like that?
Only cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah. That's a little bit like when Americans come over here and they start like using the words wrong.
To mock us?
No, just out of ignorance.
Right, okay.
Like it feels a bit cheeky to this guy who's clearly built his life around the stuff to
You're like, "Do you mean cocaine?"
yeah. Little cocaine. He's like, "You want some, huh? You want some business? You want some action?" I don't know why he went a bit Chinese there at the end. "You want some cocaine?" And I was like, "Oh no, bro, I'm all good." And then he just fucked off into the night.
I was imagining that he was just going to start getting really aggressive for no reason after you turned it down.
No, I suspect he's got a packet to move.
Yeah,
let's be real.
You can't waste any time.
But as soon as that happens, like I'm like, well, this guy's definitely got a gun on him. I'm not gonna fuck with this.
Yeah. You're definitely not going to try and bargain with the price either.
I didn't want to get shot at half term. That's one of the worst times. I'm there having a nice time. It's beautiful. It's a tasty 17 degrees in Lisbon. I'm having plenty of calamari and Aperol spritz. I don't need
that you'd have to be flew home in a fucking box.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you want.
No.
I do think though that it's always seems to be. I got the same whenever I was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they pick their clients, but it just seemed that every drug dealer on that strip pinpointed me. So I don't know whether I looked like a fucking avid baghead.
No, I think you look like an op.
Yeah.
I think it was a sting operation.
Right, okay.
Undercover policeman trying to catch you.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
Did you eat the banana out the stripper's vagina? Off-topic question.
I didn't.
That is an option. You can do that in Amsterdam.
I had some nice crepes.
That's the best banana.
Crepes, but they weren't out of any vaginas, just out of a bowl.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, Police Commander Gelva Yacid Pena Arak said so far this year, more than 450 people have been arrested for drug trafficking. It's only March the 7th.
Fuck me.
That's a lot.
Good numbers.
So for a quick update, there's also been 58 mass shootings in America so far, which is only 0.89 per day.
Yeah.
So almost less than 1. So that's sort of good going.
Impressive.
Right, let's move on to our sports segment now. It's a very football-themed episode, and a football match in Germany had to be called off after the referee had his testicle bitten by a child.
Such a mental headline.
A lower-tier German football clash between FC Taxi II and Rot-Weiss Mulheim III, which I went to uni with that guy. Rot-Weiss Mulheim. Good bloke, actually. Seen him down the pub. It ended in painful circumstances, with referee Stefan Kahler abandoning the match before even blowing the whistle. So apparently he was checking the ID of the players before the game. Mm-hmm. So this can't be that high-level football. If
checking the ID?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on
That's such a
league?
German approach to football, isn't it? Nine, you cannot play football. Verboten. No.
Yeah.
ID check, please.
They were checking for a few stars of David.
Come through. And so as he did the pre-match checks, a child of one of the players ran up to him and bit him straight in the testicle.
Which I don't think people will appreciate how accurate you have to be to pinpoint the testicle.
Impressive aim. He's like the Turkish guy from the Olympics. This guy. This child.
Yeah.
How? I don't even think that's really possible to actually get your teeth. Your gnash is probably sinking into the meat of the testicle like that.
That would do some serious damage, though.
Yeah, I guess so. But
you would need
a child.
You would need the ball in a fucking vice to be able to pinpoint that.
Yeah.
The fact that he's been able, that's the precision of a fucking lion.
Yeah, right. It's like the Hadron Collider. It needs to exactly line up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would do, especially unless...
I guess a child is perfect testicle height.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Which...
The priests figured that out a while ago.
It's probably a statement that you shouldn't be repeating too often.
No, but like most children come up to my balls. Not like... No, you don't...
Do they have any say in this?
Also, how much is that actually going to hurt? Do you think?
Oh, absolute agony if they properly sink their teeth in.
Yeah, but it's a child. It's not like a lion.
Have you ever been bit by a child?
No.
It fucking hurts.
When did you get bit?
I have 2 younger brothers. Well, I have 4 younger brothers, but
yeah,
2
well,
that
I've
were...
got a younger sister, but there was no biting.
Maybe not in your house, but people came to fucking bite in my house.
Right. That was a cage match. No rules. Me and my sister, classic boxing. No,
Right, okay.
biting is...
Gentleman sport.
Yeah. No Mike Tyson actions going on there. We just dust each other off the regular way.
What was your record?
I had to lose.
You had to lose?
Yeah, I think it's a bad look if you knock your own sister out.
Did you just hit her where she doesn't bruise, or were you actually going for it?
No, I don't fight my sister. Let's be real. I'm not going to publicly come out and say that I used to beat up my own sister.
If you were,
if anything, I was the one getting physically.
I was about to say, yeah,
I was getting smacked, mate.
I would imagine so.
Scratches back in the day, painful stuff.
Yeah, well, your scratch was our bite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, I feel like in that situation, the referee, even after getting bit in the testicle, if he reacts at all, he's the bad guy. But I am punting that child to the fucking stars if he comes anywhere near my ball bag.
Oh, do you think it's like, it's okay to sort of, I get a big sort of clearance of him?
Yeah, get your fucking toe under that thing.
Yeah, if in doubt, kick it out. Yeah. Straight into Rose Ed with the child.
There's at least a knee in the head or something, because he's not getting away with that.
Do you think, so you think, like, are you allowed to do it before, if the child is about to bite your balls, or do you have to do it after? Because it's a really bad look if you just sort of
kick a child in the head for no reason.
Yeah, if you just sort of jump to conclusions and then need a child.
Yeah. Maybe he was coming for a hug or something, I suppose.
Yeah, and you just body slammed him.
That's a chance you're going to have to take, I suppose.
I guess so, yeah. Is it, maybe this is the first case in podcast history of accidental paedophile?
What?
Well, child's wrapped his lips around his bollock.
Oh, right, okay. Accident? Do you mean like reverse paedophile?
No, it's a normal paedophile. That referee is a normal paedophile, but it's accidental.
But I think maybe...
Accidental paedophile.
Do you reckon he's maybe making a big song and dance about it to disguise the fact that he actually really liked it?
Deliberate paedophile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be deliberate.
Referee's a paedophile. Children bite his testes.
He's a stealthy paedophile.
Okay, right. Yeah, he's a tactical paedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's a nonce in a ghillie suit.
That was my Halloween costume last year.
What does that look like?
I dressed up as a nonce, but I hid in the bushes instead of going to the party.
It's nice to see that you wore the outfit again today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Stealth paedophile.
Stealthy pedophile.
Yeah. I'm like a normal paedophile, but I cover myself in glue and leaves. and I lie down in the park.
Can you just imagine that To Catch a Predator show? But there's someone sitting eating the pizza in a full fucking bush.
Yeah.
Like wearing the fucking Fortnite hedge.
Yeah. I'm inside a bin and I pick it up and I move and then I put it down again. Yeah.
What do you call the fucker that done that show? Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen. Yeah. But he won't catch me because I'm so stealthy. I'm so hidden away.
The camera crew's like, he's just recording Chris talking to a fucking tree.
Every time he looks at the producer, I just run between the trees. You can see me darting in the background. Yeah. Right. So in the refereeing report, Kayla said, while I was checking the FC Taxi players, a terrible name for a football club.
Rank.
By the way. Nice. Taxi rank.
I didn't mean that.
That's good stuff. Yeah. A small child was doing warm-up exercises alongside the players. He came closer and closer to me, and then suddenly, to my complete surprise, doubt that,
Yeah.
he gave me a sharp bite in my left testicle. I still don't think you need to call off the game.
Especially at that level. Like, get one of the players to ref it.
Yeah.
That's what we had to do.
Yeah.
A player from each team would do a half each.
Mate, we had a conscientious teacher. Because usually you get a teacher to ref it. It's games against other schools.
Yeah.
But this guy was like, he was a God-fearing Christian. So he was like actually fair about it instead of just obviously biased towards our team. It was bloody unacceptable.
I was the most biased linesman of all time.
Yeah.
I was like 13, 14 doing it for like my dad and my uncle's team.
Yeah.
And I remember one time one of our players...
It does really... I think it does really help you, given that you need a lift home from members of one team.
Yeah, true. But one of our players was going down the sideline, and it couldn't have been more obvious. There wasn't even a player near him, but he just booted it out for a throw-in, and I just put the flag up the other way, and I had my life threatened by some like middle-aged man over this throw-in goal.
Right, let's move on to our audience interaction segment now. This is questionable, and the question we asked you this week was, what is the weirdest thing that you or a friend have done that you thought was normal, or they thought was normal? First one, wear AirPods in the shower, which is pretty pedo if you ask me.
That's fucking strange.
And I've got a story about this.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, I'd never met him, and he didn't go to my school. And what he used to do was he was one of the first guys, rich kid, you know. He was one of those guys that got the first waterproof iPhone. Yeah.
One of those pricks.
And what he used to do is send like shower videos on a mass text to girls from like loads and loads of schools. I found this out by this girl showing me this thing. But it was him lip syncing to like 2016 Justin Bieber. With he got the V out, you know, the V in the body.
Yeah, he had one of those.
Yeah. He had a proper V.
Do you mean the shape, or like he shaved a V into his pubes?
No, he didn't have like an Avatar Airbender arrow in his pubes.
Yeah,
I doubt he really had pubes back then. He was 14. No, he didn't have like Go Faster stripes or whatever.
Was he showing shaft?
He was showing base.
Right. Okay. That's actually a good move because it leaves it up to the imagination a bit.
Yeah, get your bass out. Get your bass out for the lad. But like he would mass send these to girls.
Just
it wasn't like just for one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is because teenage girls are really stupid, they'd be like, "Oh my god, he's so..." Like it worked is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That was a beast mode move from you, man.
I'm going to connect with them in LinkedIn after, I think.
Oh, we'll find him.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere. Next one. He watches Naked Attraction, but for each section of the program, he takes his clothes off too.
That's kind of funny.
I read that and I was like, I want to try that just to see how it feels.
Yeah.
Like, does it feel like you're getting judged as well?
Like it makes you feel vulnerable almost.
I like on Naked Attraction when they try everything to not mention that somebody's fat or got a tiny cock.
Yeah.
Or really hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They dance around it,
Did
honestly.
you ever see the fucking horny bitch presenter whenever someone's got a bit of length to them?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like fucking... She's not saying it, but she's saying it with her eyes.
Right, okay.
She is fucking glued to that cock.
Yeah. She's like...
What do you call her again? Is it Claudia Winkleman?
Does Winkleman present it?
I don't know. Davina McCall and Claudia Winkleman, the same person, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's neither. It's Anna Richardson.
Next one. My mate wipes his ass standing up. I did this for at least 15 years.
So
I discovered wiping your ass sitting down independently. Like, nobody told me you had to do it that way.
Yeah.
Ever. And I stood up for years.
yeah, for the longest time, that's what I done. I'm only like a sitting down wiper for about 3 years.
Oh, I thought you were going to really make fun of me.
No.
But you're even worse.
Yeah.
You're the weirdo. You're the freak.
I just always felt like...
How old are you? 25.
Yeah.
So
It's a recent habit I've developed.
you were 22 when you started.
I was like your age, yeah.
Yeah. Because I did it until I was like 13. I thought that was weird.
I think I alternated. I went through different like shitting eras.
But people always said to me when I revealed this, but you can't get in the angles when you stand up. You absolutely can.
Yeah, you can.
100%
Yeah.
you can. You're doing it wrong.
Especially if you're in public and the toilet's like small, it's hard to fucking fit in underneath, and it's just a bit of a faff.
The weirdness about getting your arm in the toilet as well. Though.
Yeah, like
Why have I got to do that?
I felt cleaner for me to stand up and sort of just angle myself.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
I think we were going to agree on this.
I think
I'm
we
really
should-
happy that you're on my team.
we should bring back shitting standing up,
No.
wiping standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because if you do the trigonometry correctly, you know,
yeah, it makes for
there's
a
a
great
little
wipe.
bit of Pythagoras involved, but you can get those angles in.
Even to this day, I will always do a couple of like safety wipes standing up at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So I haven't completely kicked the habit, but
Sit down wee. Big fan of that.
yeah, sometimes you just need the relaxation.
Especially in the night.
Mm.
Comfortable one.
Have you ever had a wank in the toilet?
It's not my go-to,
Yeah,
but probably yeah.
yeah. It used to be popular in school. People would just go and have a wank in the cubicle.
Where else are you gonna go? I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Problem in our school is, of course, the last two cubicles in the men's bathroom don't get any Wi-Fi. So
You haven't have like
not that I would know.
Yeah.
Next one. Sun safety is a big deal in Australia because
Right.
of their famous lack of ozone layer.
Yeah.
So my mate used to put sun cream in his hair because he didn't want to get cancer on the top of his head.
Does that mean if I start putting sun cream in my pubes, I'm not going to get testicular cancer?
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay, good to hear.
I've been sticking it up my arse. I haven't had prostate cancer yet.
Speaking of which, I was telling you on the phone that I got fingered for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I had to go in.
For medical purposes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Friday night.
I was about to say it wasn't an enjoyable experience, but it genuinely did just hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking people...
Well,
maybe-
you've got to open your mind and your ass.
Yeah.
Next
But
time.
I was thinking, like, obviously there's no kind of warming up or anything. I thought it's going to be slow. It's going to be
Well,
smooth.
I had this as part of medical procedure once.
Yeah.
But I had a warm up. Not in a weird way.
Yeah. What did he like?
As in, they told me what was going to happen, and then they were like, "So make sure you're ready for that."
Yeah.
That was the warm up.
He wasn't like kissing around your rim or anything, just loosening you.
No, it wasn't foreplay. No.
No, but I was literally just had the jeans down, and within a second, it fucking hurt. This man had the longest finger in the game as well. It was so sore. I was walking around fucking Leicester Square for like an
Was
hour
it like
later.
getting fingered by Jack Skellington?
He could have used me as a puppet.
Yeah.
It was that deep.
Right.
But I was thinking, like, it genuinely felt so loose after. Like, I felt like I was getting fucking destroyed.
See, this I had this once, but I had a woman,
Yeah.
which was a bonus, I think. Because also it's not gay anymore, which like whatever. But she did it in a caring way, as
Yeah.
caring as a prostate exam can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fairness to that doctor, I think of all people he would have wanted to see come in through those doors for a prostate examination, it wasn't me who he
Yeah.
would have preferred. So I think he just wanted to get in and out as soon as possible.
Right.
Yeah. He wasn't taking his time.
To use that phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody dreams of being a proctologist. We've been over this, but
Yeah.
no child wants to be a bum doctor.
Yeah, especially whenever you see me bowling through the doors.
You end up a bum doctor.
Yeah.
They're always miserable.
He was
Whereas
actually...
I had a bum nurse,
Right.
and I think a lot of people would like to be a bum nurse.
It sounds better too.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty happy-go-lucky before the appointment.
Right.
And then I think after what he's seen and had to do, he kind of just... It ruined his mood a bit.
Next one. My friend thought that the toilet seat was for women and men sit on the ring.
That's something that I feel...
I sort of get it.
Yeah. I can see the logic behind it, but...
It's like when you're a kid and you think that cats are women dogs.
Yeah.
Like, that totally makes sense, because as we know, all cats are women
Yeah.
and all dogs are men.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dog without a penis.
Good point. Even though I had female dogs...
They had a penis somewhere.
there's a cock somewhere.
Yeah.
A wee red rocket hiding behind the fluff.
Yeah. I've always wondered this. I've never seen a bird with a penis.
Yeah.
They must have them because that's how science works.
They've
but
got them somewhere.
Yeah. And we asked, I remember going to a conservatory, an avian conservatory, and someone asked, like, where's the bird? And even that guy didn't really seem to know.
What about, like, insects and worms and stuff? Like, how the fuck
Well,
does a
I
worm
get that 'cause
shag?
obviously it's going to be tiny. But, like, there are some big birds out there, but no penis. Are always smooth down there. Like
Surely a falcon's got a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
But
old
you've never
falcon
seen
hammer.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's mythical as far as I'm concerned. It's like the chode. It only exists in the mind of the people who dare to dream.
I think that could be one of Attenborough's last documentaries before he kicks a bucket. Just about bird cocks.
Finding the chode. Yeah. Chode to Joy. By David Attenborough.
Chode to glory.
Chode to Glory. That's really good. Yeah. The Chode to Istanbul by me, David Attenborough. Next one. My friend puts jam on his Weetabix. Genius.
With the milk and all.
Yeah, but that's a great idea, isn't it?
I don't know. I love jam, but I just never considered it with Weetabix through. It would be all
Yeah,
soggy
but this guy's a
and milky.
pioneer.
He could be.
This guy's an inventor. This guy's like the Da Vinci of breakfast cereal.
You can get like flavoured Weetabix, can't you? Like strawberry and raspberry.
It's like those condoms. Like, you can get the flavoured ones, but why?
Yeah, I just never...
They just get the normal one.
Yeah, I don't really like the taste of them.
No. I'm a slut for Weetabix Crispy Minis chocolate chip variant.
Yeah.
Those.
The chocolate chip Weetabix were big in my house.
Dirty. Absolutely filthy. Yeah.
Wheatos was the fucking number one, though, I think.
Wheatos.
Wheatos
A lot
were
of people
class.
don't know about Wheatos. I feel like
Who?
they're an underground cereal.
Do you think so?
But I just prefer the brown ring to the ordinary ring.
Yeah.
Like, them or Cheerios, I'm taking the brown ring every time.
100%, yeah.
We're brown ring boys.
Always been, always will be.
Yeah, we stand with the brown ring. Okay, next one. My mate used to dry his laundry in the cupboard. He said it's got to dry somewhere, so it might as well be there. He had a serious mold infestation.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, good one. My mate rinses his cereal with milk by pouring it through a sieve and then doesn't eat the milk. He says he doesn't like milk.
Then why bother with milk at all?
Well, just to hydrate it. But then I do this. I don't do that thing with the sieve. But like every spoonful of cereal I've ever had, I drain the milk out of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
That's strange.
And
I think you're in a vocal minority.
No, me and my dad are the only two people I know who do that.
Yeah.
Some people even drink the milk.
I do.
Disgusting.
You telling me there's a bowl of fucking chocolatey goodness
Yeah.
whenever the Wheatos have been finished, you're not going to drink that chocolate milk?
God, no.
It's delicious.
Go near it.
It's the best part.
I'm trying to
get
get
it.
through the crunchy ones.
I get a fucking straw if I need to.
Next one. I think you have answered your own prompt here.
Yeah.
We used to drive around wealthy suburbs in town and throw balloons filled with our own piss at cyclists. Now, as a cyclist,
And a wealthy person.
well, as a cyclist who would probably be in those areas, is it harmless fun? It is until you got a face full of piss, I think.
Yeah.
But they said, we didn't realise this was a crime. We just thought it was banter.
I wonder what the furthest someone's went with that logic.
Good old fun. How do you get the piss in the balloon?
Just piss directly into it.
Funnel, I guess. Or, wait, do you wrap your tip around the bell end?
Maybe get someone to hold it open for you.
Oh, great.
The balloon, that is.
Brilliant, yeah. The yellow peril. Next one. My mate Paul lives in his parents' attic. One day we were playing COD in there. When one of the lads starts poking around his computer desk, Paul freaked out and jumped up and tried to distract him from opening a drawer. We all wonder what could be in it. Imagine what you're thinking. What are you thinking of?
Dildo?
Yeah. It's actually worse. It's where he used to put his dirty dishes for his mum to collect them when he'd finished eating. He was 25 years old.
Fucking hell.
Why are you putting them in a drawer?
The fact, he knows it's bad as well because he's shamed.
He's ashamed.
Yeah.
Why not? Firstly, just put them downstairs and do them yourself like a normal adult.
Yeah.
Or just leave them out.
Yeah, set them on the side.
How is that going to help putting them in a drawer?
Oh, that is rank.
Next one. Me and my mate used to clip each other's toenails because it's easier that way.
That might be the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Why is it so gay?
It's,
That's gayer than gay sex.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. We did this for years. It says, but they thought it was normal.
Is it women? Because
no.
That might be hot, but men definitely gay.
It was men.
Yeah.
And the last one, my mate eats his foot blister skin. He says it makes him stronger. It charges him up. It gives him powers. It fills his battery, so to speak.
The reasoning's great, but fuck me, that is disgusting.
Right, we just got one more segment then. It's the game segment, Gamey Schumer, coming at you now. And this is a game I've created for you, Aidan.
Uh-huh.
This game is called Famous or Anus. It's basically, what would you rather have, but all the things rhyme.
Okay.
And they don't necessarily make sense as options. But you do have to pick what you would rather have.
With or without explanation?
Up to you, really.
Okay.
Round one. Famous or anus?
Anus.
So you'd rather have an anus than have fame?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is an essential. Okay. Next one. Short dog or warthog?
Short dog.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wait. Like the kill streak, the warthog, can I have that?
I don't know what that is.
It's like an 8 kill streak in Modern Warfare.
I mean, the little mofo from the Lion King, that kind of warthog.
I'm taking the kill streak warthog.
Okay. Next one. Sunflower or bum shower?
I'm a big fan of the bum shower.
Okay, great. Yeah. Wage gap or beige cap?
What the fuck? I'm going to go beige cap.
Okay, nice. Naturals. Yeah?
Yeah.
Naturals or mackerels?
Naturals.
Yeah, nice. Sloppy brisket or soggy biscuit?
I've never had a brisket, but
You would love a Texas barbecue.
Yeah, I've never had a soggy biscuit either, so this is a 50-50.
No, yeah.
I'm going to go sloppy brisket.
Venturing into the unknown. Next, last one. Gordon Ramsay or saw chimpanzee?
So fucking dumb. I'm gonna go for Gordon Ramsay for this one.
Yeah. Why do you think that chimpanzee is so sore?
I think Gordon might have something to do with this.
Yeah, try to eat it. Okay. And that bombshell Top Gear outro, it's now time to end the show. Thank you so much for listening to Radio Rufus. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Aidan Rafferty TikTok page for some surprisingly heartfelt content. I saw your thank you messages for a year. That brought a tear to my cold, dead eyes.
I thought you were about to say to your cock.
No.
Did it bring anything to your cock?
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, I'm just interested.
Do you want me to get excited about that sort of thing?
Yeah, well,
it was a nice message.
I wouldn't be against it.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
But we'll be back again next week, as always. The schedule literally never ends. There are 3 certainties in life. Death. If you put a shark on something, it's pretty cool. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, till our death.
Till our death. We signed a contract with not only the Fella Studios, but also Satan himself. We had to extract blood from each other's palms and sign a sort of Blood Brothers Shaolin monk kind of deal. And then we chopped a watermelon on each other's stomachs and karate chopped each other in the solar plexus.
That was class. I enjoyed that
It was
bit.
a good weekend. But hopefully we do something else for the next stag do. And we'll see you again next week. A guy got pissed off at me for saying back to you in your house. He says that's a shit ending. He says we should say back to you from the studio, which does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but
But fuck that
it's
guy.
not the catchphrase.
Fuck him. Back to you in your house.